Hello children, welcome back with our class 8 science chapter current, electricity and magnesium. From this chapter today we are going to revise certain important topics like electric current, electrostatic potential, what is potential difference, electric cell as well as a dry cell. So first of all you see what is in an atom. We all know the subatomic particles in any atom of any substance do have protons and neutrons in the nucleus, and electrons are revolving in orbits around the nucleus. So an atom has some number of positively charged protons and negatively charged electrons. So that way they are actually balancing the positive and negative charges in them. So an object doesn't show any charge through its atom is having positive and negative charges that are balanced. Therefore, we can say that plenty of electrical charge is filled in the objects around us. Then what will happen if a glass rod is rubbed with a silk cloth? Or how does objects get changed? What are static and moving charges? Or moving negatively charged particles, which are the electrons, and the stationary positively charged particle present in the nucleus is the proton. These are moving around and they are balancing each other equal in number. Now, can the negative charge be made to flow out of the atom by any means? Or can electricity be made to flow like water from higher to lower level? We know that water concentration moves from higher level to lower level. So can charges also be flowing from higher level to lower level? We all should use our brain here that electric current is being passed on from one place to another. So I think the answer should be yes. Do you agree? Okay. So you have learned that a force will have to be applied to put a stationary object into motion. And we get electric current when the electrons in an electrical conductor, a good conductor like any metal, copper, silver, aluminium, are made to flow. So the atoms in these metals, if they are allowed to flow, then and then only we can see that current is passing through them from one place to another. So what is current electricity? Electric current. Okay. A large current flow when lightning takes place before rainfall and all we have seen from a cloud to the ground. So we can see the lightning falling to the ground. While sensation is felt by us due to the microscopically small current flowing to the brain. And you are also aware of the current flowing through wires. If we touch a live wire, we get the shock current. Electric bulb is glowing, and other equipments in our house run on these electric flow that is coming to our home through certain wires. In the electric cell or a radio or in a car battery also, a current is produced by the flow of both negatively as well as positively charged particles. And we all are very well knowing by now that negatively charged are the electrons, positively charged are the protons in an atom, in every atom. And these electrons which are negatively charged outside the nucleus, by their flow it is possible to flow electric current through certain substances or metals, we can say. So What is electrostatic potential then? What do you mean by electrostatic potential? What is it? So water, for example, you can take water or any liquid that is flowing from a higher level to a lower level. Heat always flow from a body at higher temperature to a body at lower temperature. Similarly, there is a tendency of the positive charge to flow from a point of higher electric level to a point of lower electric level. This electric level deciding the direction of flow of electric charges is called as electrical potential, electrostatic potential. So the tendency of a positive charge to flow from a point of higher concentration level to a point of lower electric level. What is flowing? Positive charge. This electric level deciding to the direction of flow of electric charge is called as electric potential. Here you see positive charge will flow from where to where? From higher concentration to lower concentration. Okay? Got it? That is called as electrostatic potential. Positive charges flowing. Then potential difference is very important point. In your higher classes also you come across these terms, potential difference, potential difference. Now what is potential difference? Let us try to understand. Similarly, to the height of a waterfall, consider a waterfall. The temperature difference of hot water and cold water is also different. Or the difference between the potential of 2 points. That is, the potential difference is interesting to us because there is a difference in the temperature, difference in the height, or difference in the potential. For this, we can perform an experiment, take a circuit of wiring connected to a bulb. Here you see we can connect copper wire and connect the circuit. No current is seen to flow in the bulb. Now connect in the same circuit one dry cell. If we fit it with a cell, connect in the same circuit, what will observe? It will be realized that glowing of the bulb, that a current is flowing in the circuit, electrons in the wire flow, they start to flow due to the potential difference between the two ends. One end is having higher concentration of a negative charge or positive charge, and then it is moving on to the other end where the charge is different of the dry cell. These flow from the negative terminal of the cell to the positive terminal of the cell. Conventional current flows in the opposite direction and is shown in the figure this way. If you take a circuit where the bulb is fitted, but it was not glowing, then what we did, we fitted one battery having certain charges. One end is having positive. The longer arm is always a positive charge end, and the shorter arm is indicating negative charge. So what was seen that the negatively charged electrons started moving and the color charge started moving in the circuit that glowed the bulb, and the charge moved on to the positive. So the current is moving from negative terminal to the positive terminal, and this we can understand that from positive to negative, it is moving, and negative to positive where. So conventional method, in conventional current flow in the opposite direction it is, and that is flow from negative terminal to positive terminal. From negative to positive, it is conventional flow of electric current. But in others, if we consider no current, as there is no potential difference in the absence of any dry cell or any other cell, current starts flowing in the circuit as soon as the potential difference is applied. The unit of potential difference in SI unit, it is, we measure it in volts. Current is flowing in. So non-conventional method, if we stop using, if we have a button here and we stop the current flow, what will happen? It will start moving in other direction, opposite to the flow of this conventional method of moving electric current. So current is measured in volts, that also you have to remember. Now, can we measure the water flow emerging from a pipe? Is it possible? Or can we find the amount of water in liters coming out in a specific time period? And how then the electric current can be measured? If we can measure water that is coming or flowing through the water, pipes, then how electric current can be measured that is flowing through the wires? We have seen that electric current is produced due to the flow of charged particles only, and electrically charged flowing through a wire in 1 second can be called as unit current. The SI unit of electric current is coulomb per second or ampere. Capital A is ampere. Here you see electric cell. Electric current is a scalar quantity. It has no direction. Now 1 ampere is equal to 1 coulomb per second. Means 1 second, how much amount of current is flowing. So electric current is a scalar quantity as it has speed but no direction. Now electric cell that we are considering, a source of is required to produce a uniform flow of charges in a circuit. Such general device is an electric cell. This is a simple device. Various types of electric cells are available nowadays, and these are used in the range of machines as per the need, from wristwatches to submarines. This battery run machinery can be used. Out of these, you must be aware of the solar cell nowadays. The main function of various electric cells is to maintain a constant potential difference between its two terminals. If there is no potential difference, current will not flow. So one positive terminal and one negative terminal is necessary. If there are both negative or both positive terminal, no current is going to flow through the wires. So this potential difference is very necessary. Then and then only from positive to negative or negative to positive, the flow will continuously be going. And this you all can learn in the higher classes also. Then what is a dry cell? You see, dry cells are used in our handy machinery like radios, clock watch, wall clocks, or torches. These are available in small sizes, 3 to 4 sizes are there. And the construction of the dry cell, we are going to study in the next class, where we use certain chemicals. Electrolyte is very necessary, And manganese dioxide carbon electrodes, positive terminal and negative terminal, are very important to have this dry cell structure to understand it. So next class we shall study how a dry cell is being constructed and what is the things we are using in making a dry cell. So main thing, potential difference and electrostatic potential and current electricity, you have to revise one time. Okay then, thank you all of you, bye bye.